In this video, I'm going to give you every piece of information that makes GoodNotes a really great handwriting digital note-taking experience. Just stick around to find out more. What's up, achievers? This is Murali. If you're new here, I'm here to help you improve your life using productivity tips and tools. If that's of interest to you, you're in the right place. Do me a quick favor and hit subscribe so that you don't miss other tips and tricks I bring your way. Note takers pay great attention to the visual appeal and the concise notes so that revision is quick. You just need your Apple Pencil and the iPad. The pencil is not ready for your next note-taking session. I've had several iPads, but since I bought the iPad Pro in 2018, I've been consistently using this for all handwritten notes. This video is divided into 3 sections. 1. Organizing your notes. Number 2. All the tools you need and the best features and functions. Did you know that a typical knowledge worker can spend up to 2.5 hours per day searching for information? In order to find your notes quickly, GoodNotes organizes your notes into standardized file folder structures. So you don't really have to relearn anything that you already know. And no more losing your notes that you took at the class or meeting. As I review the notes, I tend to include images and color into my notes and shift my notes around. If I use a PDF document, I like the ability to annotate them, use different highlighters, different colors for notes. The great thing about GoodNotes for me is that it really saves me time. If you notice, in the top right, there are 3 custom colors that are permanently set. You can change this by clicking on the color and choosing a color that you like from the color picker. So I can put a red here, a blue here, and a yellow here. You can add this to your presets as well and have a quick grab of the desired color. The same goes for the highlighter colors. As soon as you select the highlighter, the color picker changes to the highlighter colors. The other thing that you will notice is that you can choose line thicknesses. This is very handy, especially if you're used to writing with, say, a 0.5 mm pen or a 0.25 mm fine liner. You also have the option of choosing the pen type, a fountain pen, a ballpoint pen, or a brush pen to vary the stroke based on the pressure that you apply with your Apple Pencil. If you're doing this selection 100 times a day, then the time just adds up. And if you're taking lectures, chances are that you're going to miss something trying to fiddle around. The other great function that GoodNotes has is the eraser with an auto deselect. So after erasing something, it switches back to the pen. You can also erase the entire stroke, a partial stroke, or just the highlighter. You can set this function from the eraser button. You can double tap the Apple Pencil, but this is way slower in practice. And you can choose the writing paper depending on whether you want a dark colored paper or a light colored paper. You can also change the cover to be a custom cover. Again, all of this could be in portrait or in landscape. You can also pick out paper sizes. GoodNotes has a great handwriting experience and easy fluid navigation. This was one of the big reasons why I could not use the iPad earlier for all note-taking functions till the iPad Pro came along with the right software to support and apps like GoodNotes matured. With the Apple Pencil too, the lag and the latency have become non-existent. And by putting on a screen protector like the Paperlike 2, you can get that feeling of writing on paper. Every software is a little different to render out the ink, but GoodNotes 5 has a great ink algorithm to make your visual notes stand out nicely. As a left-hander, this is one of the most desired functions for me on the iPad. GoodNotes 5 provides the ability to customize your settings depending on whether you're a left-hander or a right-hander. You can also adjust the sensitivity that you apply with your Apple Pencil. You'll notice right at the outset that you have a tab for each notebook that you're accessing. This is a fantastic feature allowing you to quickly navigate between the different notebooks at any given point in time. The lasso tool is pretty useful, allowing you to move around the notes. Just with a single tap, you can get an additional menu to pop up to say change the color or resize the note. You can take a screenshot screenshot of that selection or convert the same into text. Importing images into GoodNotes is pretty quick. You can also resize the images. You can start this by clicking on the picture icon and then selecting your desired picture from the gallery. The workflow is really fast. You can also take a picture from your camera and then you can paste this image onto your notebook. If you're importing from the internet, you just need to drag and drop the image. There's really no lag in the import. Other apps aren't quite as fast and leave an annoying border too. Two great things in GoodNotes is that the highlighter goes under the text and straightens itself out to make everything look clean. You can also turn this feature off, and that's useful, especially when you're shading a picture that you've just drawn out. You can insert a text box wherever you want by clicking on the text box icon and then typing in. You can also choose between bold and italic, your text alignments, your fonts, your background color, or your border colors. You can draw shapes inside your notebook by simply pressing on the shape tool. And you can draw a freehand version of the shape and it will get converted automatically. You can add a shade into the shape from within the shape tool. By using the lasso and a long press on the shape, you can change the size of the shape to the desired size. Once you start taking a lot of notes, you will accumulate a number of notebooks. Now, figuring out which notebook you took the notes in could become a pain, especially if it was long back. We're not talking here about notebook titles, but the text that's written in the notebook. GoodNotes is fantastic to search out specific words from the written and PDF documents at the same time. How incredible is that? You can also search for your notes within your notebook. You can scroll through your notes vertically or horizontally. You can also do a quick preview of your pages and quickly view any of the pages that you've bookmarked or any of the outlines that you have imported into your notebook. The icon on the top bar allows you to bookmark the pages, which will show up in your favorites. You can also share your bookmarked pages as PDF images or GoodNotes files with your friends. You can also do the same thing through the share icon on the top. By just using the multitasking feature on your iPad, you can open another instance of GoodNotes side by side. This allows you to simultaneously work on two GoodNotes files or two pages in the same notebook. I've thoroughly enjoyed using GoodNotes for the Mac with the ability to pull up a notebook for translating some rough notes into a document. With the autosync feature, the notes are just there. And with a side-by-side view, I can work on the document seamlessly. The Mac app has the same functions as the iPad, but you use the mouse instead of the Apple Pencil to do everything. I will demonstrate this function by using a hyperlinked PDF document that I use to storyboard my YouTube videos. You can use your own version of a diary or a notebook with hyperlinks to take notes in. It's pretty neat. You can either purchase the same or create one for yourself using a third-party software. By pressing on the window tool or a long press on a certain location, you can zoom in into that area and effortlessly write in that area without disturbing the neighboring notes. Even after you've chosen the desired page or the cover, you can press on the three dots and go to the Change Template menu to change the template to your liking much later. If you're connecting to your iPad to make an overhead presentation and you want to show something within GoodNotes, you can use a laser pointer feature within GoodNotes. This allows you to get viewer attention towards that point. A lot of people question whether GoodNotes has dark mode. Yes, it does. By enabling the system-wide dark mode function within the iPad, dark mode is automatically activated. You can also add dark paper templates for new documents, or for pages, or to change any of the existing templates. The other important feature is the ability to back up your notes into a cloud backup. One of the things I've pretty much configured as staple is the Assistive Touch button to be on. That way I can capture anything on the screen really quick. It's not a GoodNotes 5 feature, but I find it pretty useful to ship across a certain page the fastest way to anybody else. As with any software, there is a really small acclimatization for getting used to GoodNotes. It's pretty much natural, but if you're coming from another note-taking software, a 30-minute period to browse around the features and functionalities might do you a world of good before your first note-taking session. One big piece that's missing from GoodNotes 5 is the audio recording and playback feature that's available in Notability. That's one feature that GoodNotes needs to work on for a future release. I'd love to hear what handwriting note-taking apps you guys use. Leave your comments below. If you're not yet part of this community, consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay notified of new videos. Bye for now.